Christmas stocking.
It's true.
And
You said random as if it wasn't. That
I
sounded
know.
fishy.
I know.
And I know it was random.
It was legitimately random. Yeah.
Totes random.
Because if we were going to stage this, we would stage something better than the forklift safety video.
if we were going to stage this, Rich, we would stage something better than everything.
I know. We gotta stop doing random shit.
You know, even when we don't do random shit, like, we never know if the movie's going to be good or not. We never know. That's the risk we take.
This is like clay pigeon shooting without eyes.
Sometimes.
Or a gun. Or a gun. Okay. I'll add more to that analogy.
It's Oregon.
What?
I thought you were saying the state.
No, this is like you just take clay pigeons and you whip them at my head.
Well, that would break then.
Oh! Oh!
Those poor clay pigeons would break, yeah.
He was pronounced dead at the scene.
It's a forklift training video.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I don't know.
Thank you, Jay.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Was there anything interesting that happened in this?
Gotta do your job, bitch.
That is. I explained what the video is. What more?
Tim,
do you want?
It's got chapters that it breaks itself into. That's at least interesting.
This is bursting with information.
Tim was like, when we were watching the video, Tim looked like he's ready to have like steam burst out of the top of his head.
Tim has driven a forklift. The only fork I've been lifting is filled with food. Let me just tell you guys.
So fucking just shovel it into that maw.
Oh God, General Tso's chicken. It's on my forklift.
But this is full of useful, practical safety
Oh my
information,
God.
correct?
No.
For people that aren't
is-
us. For people that aren't us, this would be like a very useful tape. How closely does this get followed in the real workplace?
This is what you will see once you have maybe 6 to maybe 3 years of complete like ignorance. And then somebody does something bad. Like pull a stand-up forklift and hit the corner of something. And then you get this training.
Okay.
Yes. So I've been through this training, and it is it's all right.
Certain safety precautions must be taken.
Are these real accidents? Like, who did they film this?
That's a dummy.
Oh yeah. Would you look at that? Yeah, they damaged a whole bunch of equipment for this video.
Hey.
I'm real happy about that.
You're not going to see this unless you like really fuck something up at a business, and then they're like, oh.
So this isn't we're going to train you on forklift safety video. This is we're going to show this to you after you fucked up to cover our own ass video.
Boom. Most times, personally, yes, that's what's happening.
I would take that kind of information after watching this. Like, if I were to sit down and watch this tape, right, and just kind of like then walk into a business and start operating, I wouldn't know what to do. I would be like, this is a good like, hey, warning, you got to know a lot of stuff.
These things are fucking dangerous.
Before you start, and then we're going to teach you 10 times more than what was on this, because I learned a lot.
But you still don't know how to drive a forklift.
I don't know how to drive a forklift, but as a layperson,
Now you know how not to crash one.
well, sure, I know not to. The only thing I know,
You got to calculate the triangle at every moment-to-moment instance.
I know if I say, okay, a forklift, pick up this pallet of a bunch of heavy stuff, I better know how heavy that stuff is and how much balance it is. And I've also learned that a forklift itself weighs more than like 10 cars.
Yeah.
Like a forklift itself is super heavy.
It's like-
I never knew that. I just thought a forklift was just like a little thing people drive around and like, oh, I'm going to pick up the pallet and move it around. And I've seen forklifts in operation.
Sure.
I've seen people play on them, lift up their friends on the forklift, laugh, as they lift them up 6 stories into the air.
Doing things they shouldn't be
Doing
doing.
things, and
Those are
I'm
very
like,
tall.
don't do that on the forklift, I think. I don't know, I'm not sure.
Now
No,
he's in the
you are-
video, you can say, don't do that on
Now I
the forklift, I know.
If a forklift tips over and you are anywhere near it and it lands on you, you are dead. Because a forklift weighs 100 million pounds. Because it's meant to lift weight like 10 times its size. And I understand the danger and the respect that one must give a forklift after watching this video.
It sounds like this video was very useful and effective.
Sure.
It was for me.
I've seen these videos. I worked at a place that eventually they're like, oh, we need to show you this video.
Rich, I think the best part of this discussion was when I said to Rich, I said, Rich, if forklifts are so dangerous, why haven't they used them in war? And then Rich and I, we went off on like our own little special tangent.
Use aisleway mirrors to make sure the path is clear.
If someone walks in front of you, just keep going. It's you or them.
And it's their fault for not stopping.
No, it's still your fault.
Rich, if these things are so dangerous, why aren't they used in war?
They are, Mike, in the secret war.
Can you imagine hundreds of forklifts just coming over the hill? In World War II.
Sir, they're lifting up our defensive encampment.
The Nazis are shooting at them. Just bouncing off the little cage.
Forklifts are just falling on top of Nazis
Yeah,
left
yeah,
and
yeah.
right.
The Nazis run up to stop the forklift and it just tips over on a whole battalion of Nazis. This thing weighs as much as 30 cars.
But then you have the one guy who's like, no, I'm all about safety. It's like, you gotta tip it or else we're all gonna die. It's like, I'm going against my training.
Before
save the
before
day.
they leave the boats that land on Normandy, they have to do the 16-point safety inspection. Under gunfire from the Nazis. We gotta do the safety inspection!
One guy sacrifices himself. He makes a turn that's too tight in front of the Nazi machine gun encampment.
He never would have made that turn if he was at home.
But
That was the bravest unsafe forklift driver I've ever seen.
it tips so slowly, it provides cover for thousands of troops. We can get about 1,000 soldiers through if he tips it at the right angle. Mein Führer, the Americans are using forklifts. What?
It's against the Geneva Convention.
They've abandoned their Abrams tanks in exchange for forklifts.
They're just flipping over Panzer tanks.
Yeah, they go under the tank.
Yeah.
And they lift it, and the Panzer tank just tips over. The proud history of forklift operators in World War II. They single-handedly defeated
Nazi Germany.
Nazi Germany.
Keep it clean. Batteries in their compartments should be kept clean and dry. If electrolyte is spilled on top of the battery, neutralize it immediately with a solution of baking soda and water.
You guys still watch
This
You guys still watching the video about forklift?
well, whoever bet on Mike falling first watching this, you won.
Is the video about forklifts still on?
It's still about forklifts.
I'm gonna go get us another beer.